coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor. This is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
This is Aaron Sanders, and you're watching MediaPlex News Now. Roses are red and violets are blue. But did you know you can engrave your flowers too? Anthony shared down blossoms in this report.
A new business has opened up in the heart of Walkerville last month. Speaking Roses is a floral shop where you can get customizable wording and photos stamped on the flowers. Owner Omar Nizam has been working on it since 2014.
At first it was just going to be a little flower shop, but I was taking PR and I just kept getting more ideas, and I turned it into what it is. And it's a big idea shop pretty much. We stamp on flowers. We can pretty much put anything from words to an image of a person on the flower. We do laser engraving, soon 3D printing. We also stamp on other things I haven't released yet.
Nizam wants to use some of his shop space to open an event planning lounge for young entrepreneurs.
Well, what I would really like is to give younger people the opportunity to use this place as a meeting spot for them, because a lot of young people don't have an office or anywhere where they can meet clients, and people, especially from my program, they want to become event planners. They can simply register with us so they can book a time slot. When they have an appointment, they can come over here and use our lounge. And, hopefully I can help other young people do something.
Yvonne Pilon, president at We Tech Alliance in Windsor, says she is passionate about young entrepreneurship and says that new businesses like this are great for our community.
So if right off the bat, when you think of new business, you think of job creation. So whether it be an innovative business or just a new business that's just a mom and pop shop, any new jobs create, any new businesses create new jobs. And I think too, the more we have these innovative businesses here, the more choices we have from a consumer base. And as you know, to be competitive, you need to be innovative. So it's great to see these new, innovative, really cool companies come here to Windsor.
Nizam is looking forward to the new things to come with his business, and primarily to help young and new business owners and entrepreneurs.
And now to the corner of University and Victoria, where Sean Prevel has a look at our early weather forecast. It was a good sunny day out there, Sean.
It was a beautiful day, Aaron, and it still is quite nice out here. The good news is we're only going down to 12 degrees tonight with partly cloudy skies. I'll be back later in the show with a very special guest as well as your 3-day forecast. Aaron?
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Sean. Looking to start a new business but need advice? Rhiannon Lotz will tell you where you can go to make your business dreams a reality.
The Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator is helping entrepreneurs start their own business. The Accelerator has seen dozens of businesses come to them for help, including We Tech Alliance, Divine Personnel, Knoxstrom Digital Media, and more. According to the Centre for Innovation Studies in Calgary, approximately 13% of working-age Canadians are involved in entrepreneurial activities. That puts Canada second in the world, right after the US, for the highest amount of entrepreneurs in the country. According to Sadiq Sheikh, project manager at the Accelerator, the benefits to becoming an entrepreneur are huge.
So being an entrepreneur, not only get that autonomy, but you also get to work with every aspect of the business and hand off the parts that you don't like.
Precision Drafting is a business that started about a year ago through the help of various entrepreneurship programs. Jen Levitt is the owner. She had some advice for people wanting to start their own businesses.
Do it. Go for it. Don't wait for, the right time. Don't wait for, having the right amount of money. Don't wait for any of that. Just do it. Figure out a way to get it done now. Figure out a way to do it. Owning your own business is a lot of work. There's no question about it, but it's very rewarding.
According to a study conducted by the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, Alberta has the highest level of early-stage entrepreneurs, while Nova Scotia has the lowest. The study also showed that females make up 2/3 of all entrepreneurs in Canada, and the peak age range of most entrepreneurs is 45 to 64. For MediaPlex News, I'm Rhiannon Lotz.
Back outside to Sean Prevel, who has a special guest. Sean?
Thanks, Aaron. I'm joined here today with Joe Merhej of the Pushers Collective. Now, I understand you have an interesting project called Project Push going on. Tell us about it.
Okay, Project Push is a nonprofit organization, and it consists of 3 free different workshops, and it's targeted towards the youth, which is really, really cool because the 3 workshops are Barbering 101, Urban Journalism, which I'll be teaching, and then Music Artist Development. And it's all catered towards the youth of Windsor that if they can't find the traditional way of learning through schooling, we will provide that education on those 3 different subjects or workshops.
Why will this be such a benefit for youth?
For youth, just because you go through the school system and sometimes they don't allow you to indulge in, example, like sound engineering. Or I actually took the course of journalism, and they don't really go in depth into urban journalism or entertainment journalism. So this is a benefit because the youth could come to me. I could really teach them the ins and outs of that industry, the proper way to research, the proper way to contact different managers, and it's kind of cool because they could end up interviewing their favorite celebrity.
And how would you say it differs from regular school?
I would say just because it's not the traditional subjects that they teach. Like I just said, like the urban journalism program or even sound engineering, where they can go to school for that, but they won't get the actual hands-on so right away, and especially when it comes to it's free, so you're not paying for the actual workshop. The students or the youth just come in here, they're just behind their mentors, and they just get to learn.
And if people are very interested in this, where can they go, or who should they contact?
They could either go on the website, www.projectpush.ca, or they could stop at our shop, 487 Olette, downtown Windsor, and they could just inquire about it through either outlets.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Joe. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting experience, and I'm going to send it back to you in the studio, Aaron.
And what a great push. Thank you, Sean. The Windsor Islamic held a fundraising event last Saturday. Rabio Biplab has more.
Windsor Islamic High School had a fundraising event on last Saturday at Windsor Mosque. The chairman of the school board, Dr. Mohammad Musa, invited people of the community to contribute in the school fund to run their activities.
We're doing this fundraising for the Windsor Islamic High School. This is the first fundraising for the high school. Parent Council is organizing a ladies' night and a silent auction, and that will be helpful also to cover expenses.
Imam of the Windsor Mosque also spoke on the occasion.
And this is our future, and we should take care of that.
The school principal, Fayaz Ahmed, said they are ministry certified and the school is running with the help of the community.
To see whether the school is really to be approved or not, there are some criteria. The minimum students requirement was there complete, 11 students were there. The teachers were highly qualified, all Ontario certified, and new admission for grade 11 start. And I hope, inshallah, that there will be a better number of students next year.
The principal said they want to add more facilities for the students. I am Robil Biplop for MediaPlex News.
Windsor has a surprise headed its way from the confidential music theater project. Sean Prevel reports.
Months of mysterious Facebook posts, an hour of rehearsing together, but Windsor's own confidential musical theater project of Stephen Sondheim's Follies hit the stage without a hitch. Almost.
You sure know how to make a man a woman.
But actors like Dave Banwell say performing with little practice is what's special about the show.
That's all part of the wonder of just being up there and wondering, how the hell is this all going to come together?
It's a statement Bob Muro agrees with.
It's just totally off the wall, very impromptu, think on your feet, go for it, have some fun.
The premise of CMTP is simple. Actors are cast and informed of the show. They're given their scripts, but they don't meet until opening night. Creator Marion Abbott of Toronto says it gives performers another chance to take the stage.
This just gives opportunities to musical theater performers to keep their performing muscles tight and scares the pants off of them.
Those who attended the performance say they're most excited to see how actors handle the unknown.
I love to go opening night because I'm kind of like that evil audience member that loves to see things go wrong.
The people that I do know that are involved are going to find it very challenging, but I'm sure they're going to pull it off with no problem.
It was the first and only performance for Follies, but Sarah Ilyanich says that's the best part.
You only do one show because there's only one secret and you can only keep it for one day.
For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Sean Preble.
Noreen Ahmed sits down with Windsor's Multicultural Society's Anna Milojevic in this episode of 3 Minutes With.
Hi, I'm Noreen Ahmed and you are watching 3 Minutes with Anna Milojevic from Multicultural Council of Windsor, Essex and County. So, could you please briefly explain what is Windsor Resettlement Assistance Program?
Noreen, thank you very much for having me at your show. The Windsor Resettlement Assistance Program provide assistance to government-assisted refugees that are brought to Canada by the Canadian government based on their need for protection.
So who is providing funds for your program?
The funding for the Resettlement Assistance Program is provided by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship of Canada.
How do you help people in resettling?
The government-assisted refugees needs a lot of assistance when they come. They are very high in needs, and the Resettlement Assistance Program provide assistance, immediate assistance, which includes greeting at the airport, transportation to the accommodation, the temporary accommodation. They provide orientation on their rights and responsibilities under the Resettlement Assistance Program. They also provide orientation on their income support, orientation on the life in Canada. They provide them with the assistance in finding permanent housing. They also provide them with the assistance to apply for the services, either provincial or governmental services such as health care, SIN number, and so on.
Mm-hmm. So the Syrian refugees coming to Windsor, Essex County are much more higher than anticipated. So how is your organization dealing with this issue?
Under the Windsor Resettlement Assistance Program, we regularly receive between 250 and 280 refugees. However, with the influx of Syrian refugees, we have received from December 29th until the March 6th, we have received 622 people. And I can very proudly say that out of that number, 545 people have been already permanently accommodated. What makes this possible is the engagement of our whole community, and that effort has been led by the City of Windsor alongside with the Multicultural Council, so all the service providers, and the Syrian Refugee Council, the chapter branch in Windsor.
Okay, so in the end, would you like to give some message to our community?
What I really would like to share with our community is that the Syrian refugees, any refugee comes to this country with a very high need, escapes the horrific situations in their country of origin, and they're coming here with the high hopes to really find and build a new life in Canada. And for that, they can use the support of our whole community.
So this has been 3 Minutes with Anna Milojevic from Multicultural Council of Windsor and Essex County.
Alex Latrimwe explains on how brand fakes might just be the breakfast of champions in this edition of Health Minute.
Hey millennials, are you tired of being stigmatized for everything, least of all not eating cereal? Well, what if I told you there's a specific kind that can meet all your morning needs? I'm of course talking about bran flakes. Typically deemed common and lacking flavor, the bran flake is actually among the healthiest of cereals. It's calorie-wise at 100 per standard serving, low in sugar, fat, and sodium at 5 grams, 500 milligrams, and 180 milligrams respectively, but also caked in fiber, iron, and folic acid. Seriously, did you know this cereal meets 50% of your daily folic acid needs? Well, there you go. Now, what if I told you they were as delicious as their frosted counterparts? This is because they have just enough sugar to make you pumped for the day, but not enough to send you on a guilt spiral. Such balance is hard to maintain, so get your rear in gear and start a brand new life. I'm Alex Latrimwe, and this has been your Superfood Minute.
Speaking of food, it can be difficult to eat healthy on the go, but Sean Preble reports on a business that may have the solution.
There's a new business people are sinking their teeth into. And after only 3 months, Chris James of Macro Foods says orders have increased at a surprising level.
The first week we started maybe a couple hundred orders. The second week then we started to get closer, 500 orders. Now we're upwards of hitting almost 2,000 meals a week.
James says it's all about convenience.
I sell a convenience. I give you health and easy eating to you.
Orders are taken online and delivered right to people's doors. The products focus on health, providing either a balanced meal or one that is carb or vegetable heavy. Sarah Ducharme says people are looking for healthy food that tastes good.
I think everybody's leaning towards eating healthy, and the health market is on a very, very huge rise.
The business currently makes their meals downtown in the Rockefeller Lounge and delivers Wednesdays and Sundays. So you've seen how Macro Foods makes their meals, but what do they taste like? I went into the newsroom and asked a couple of our journalists to give it a try.
Alrighty. This tastes like heaven. I like that.
I think I need to try a second piece.
This, I would buy this. I'm actually surprised it's healthy. It doesn't taste healthy.
James says if business continues the way it's going, they plan to move into their own store. For MediaPlex News Now, I'm Sean Preble.
Back outside where Sean Preble has our 3-day forecast. Tell us all about Sean.
Well, Aaron, I'm happy to say it's still beautiful out here tonight, I should say. And I want to remind everyone, including you, to make sure to turn your clocks forward 1 hour for daylight savings time to make sure you're not late for that important date. Now let's take a look at the 3-day forecast. On Wednesday, we're looking at some light rain with a high of 19 and a low of 11. Thursday, keep your umbrellas handy, and it will be rainy with a high of 14 and a low of 5. Then Friday, it will start to turn nice with a sunny high of 10 and a low of 2. That's it from me here at the corner of University and Victoria. Back to you in the studio, Aaron.
Way to spring, Sean. Thank you. Want to improve your photography skills? Cassie Malinowski reports on the latest photography workshop.
From what started as a small photography workshop has expanded to a popular event across the Windsor area.
Today's event is the 7th Windsor Modeling Photography Workshop, and it's so amazing right now. I think we have probably 80 people out right now, and it's so funny thinking that a few months ago there was only 10 people that came out, so today's a huge success.
For many local photographers, the event has created more opportunities to improve their craft.
It's given me a chance to network and set up potential shoots for the future. So it's helped build my portfolio and meet some awesome people along the way.
For models in the Windsor-Essex area, this event has become a major staple in their careers.
I definitely use it for my portfolio, as well as profile pictures, that sort of thing.
Joey Acott has high hopes for the future of the workshop.
The next one will be next month. I have no idea where it's going to be, but I have some ideas for some locations. I can't wait to have more outside, maybe in a farm or a barn. In May, we're going to try and do an art show at Fog, and so I've got some space booked there. We're going to have people print their pictures and put them up. I might even do a fashion show. I want to do more big things. I want to keep every workshop different and a lot of fun.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Cassandra Malinowski.
Style File is produced by MediaPlex students Ashley Ann Mintley and Alana Wills. They have the latest tips on what's trending and offer fashion advice. Here's our latest episode.
Hey guys, we are here to dish about some of the Oscar red carpet hits and misses.
I'm Ashley Ann Bentley.
And I'm Alana Wills.
Let's jump right in with some of the best and the worst.
So first we have Cate Blanchett wearing Armani.
I loved the color and I loved the cut. They looked great on her. But there was something about those flowers, they just seemed like overkill, and they were especially distracting up around the straps.
I agree. I just want to pluck those flowers off one by one. I get it, it's whimsical, it's high fashion. A lot of people loved the look, but something about it didn't sit well with me, and I agree it was overkill.
Now, Olivia Wilde, beautiful girl, but I think the plunging neckline was just too much, and then the choker especially totally overdid it.
I agree. When I first saw this look, me and my mom were rolling our eyes saying it's so ugly that we hate it. But then I saw it more and more. It kind of grew on me. It's like this sexy Greek goddess kind of look. And then I realized I think I'm just jealous that I could never wear something like that in my life. I think that's what the problem was.
All right, next is Charlize Theron in Christian Dior.
This is Al Caliente. It's hot, hot, hot. I mean, the red, the plunging neckline, how gorgeous can you be? What did you think of this look?
I think she nailed it, and unlike Olivia Wilde, I think she got the plunging neckline just right.
Speaking of hot, we have Miss Jennifer Garner, seen out and about for the first time since her split with Ben. I love this look. Usually we see her in that happy, bright colors, happy-go-lucky, so I liked seeing her in this dramatic, sassy, dark color, and I love that one shoulder look.
All right, next is Lady Gaga. And of course, no surprise there, she opted for a different look. She mixed in pants with her gown, and I hate it because it's so not my style, but I get it. It's her, it's quirky, it's a little off the wall, and I'm glad that we've seen her tone down her style a little bit in the last couple of years, but I still think it was a little too much for the Oscars red carpet.
Fair enough. So next, one of my faves, Jennifer Lawrence wearing Dior. What did you think of this look?
I was a little underwhelmed by this one. I think I expect more from her at this point. Her hair looked gorgeous, her face looked gorgeous, but the dress to me was just forgettable.
Yeah, I liked the feather skirt part of it. I thought that was really cool, very fierce, but that nude lace tank top up top, it reminds me of bargain bin at the bargain shop. I just couldn't stand it.
All right, now for our best and worst dressed, right? I'm gonna give the best to Brie Larson. I thought that she looked effortless and classy in that royal blue dress by Gucci. It was beautiful. And my worst dress, I have to give to Sandy Powell. The pantsuit, the orange hair, so disappointing to see from a costume designer. No explanation necessary.
No love from the pantsuit for you?
No.
So for my best dressed, I'm giving it to Rooney Mara. She had that white gown with the little diamond cutout, the dark lip I loved, and you hated it, but I loved those little 3 buns she had for her hair.
And I did hate it.
I thought it was a classy, but so unique and so different and so edgy. And I hate to do this to you, but my worst dress I'm giving to Brie Larson.
Oh.
I just, the ruffles on the dress, and her hair was pinned back in this diamond clip, and oh my god, that diamond belt, I just found it, I'm sorry to say, kind of cheap and juvenile, and for her big moment, I just did not enjoy that dress one bit.
Well, fair enough.
What can you do?
No, well, I guess that's it for this time, guys. Thanks for joining us for Style File.
Stay tuned next time and stay styling.
Fantastic. Sean Prevel interviews Robert Franz from the Windsor Symphony Orchestra to see what's in store this upcoming season.
Hello, I'm Sean Prevel, and I'm joined here today with Robert Franz from the Windsor Symphony Orchestra. He is the music director there. So first off, congratulations. I understand that you have renewed your contract for 3 years. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm just finishing up my first 3-year contract with Windsor Symphony, and I am completely and madly in love with these musicians. They're so talented and so incredible, and so the idea of continuing on my relationship is definitely very exciting to me. So I've just signed a new 3-year contract, and I'll be remaining in Windsor for at least another 3 years, but hopefully longer as we continue on our artistic trek together.
That is very wonderful to hear. Now, I understand you also spoke recently about the orchestra's upcoming season. Could you tell us a little bit of what we can expect?
Sure. So we just announced our 2016-2017 season, and for our 3 main series, we have a number of exciting things in play. First of all, for our Masterwork series, for opening night in September and closing night in May, we're going to be adding extra members, extra musicians to our ranks, and growing the orchestra into a larger, more romantic-sized orchestra to perform Tchaikovsky and Brahms symphonies. That's going to be great. And then the big cornerstone piece on our Masterwork series next year is a concert version of Candide, the operetta by Leonard Bernstein, featuring things like Glitter and Be Gay and Make Our Garden Grow and really famous songs like that. The second series, our Intimate Classics series, is a smaller orchestra size. It's more intimate, as the title suggests, and we're returning to the Heritage Room to perform this, the old Assumption Chapel Chapel. We used to perform this series there. It's on Sunday afternoons, and it's a beautiful place to hear the orchestra and to be with the light coming in through those incredible windows. And then finally, we have our pop series that is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights 5 times next year, and that will feature, first of all, a Broadway singer, Doug LeBrecq, who was Phantom and Phantom of the Opera in Toronto for 8 years. So many of our audience members may have seen him, gone up to Toronto and seen him in Phantom of the Opera. And also we're doing some silent movies, some Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin movies, as well as A Night in Vienna, holiday pops, and some comedic clarinet playing with orchestra. And so it's kind of a real combination of things throughout the season.
Now, you mentioned the Heritage Room, and I also understand you sometimes go out into Essex County.
Yes.
I was curious if, why is it you go out into Essex County? Why do you step out of the Capitol Theater and into the community?
Well, in part, it's because we can, in that sense that the orchestra is nimble and small enough that we can take it on the road. But more importantly than that, we love building bridges in the community and being able to take the orchestra out into the community to where people are. So, for instance, we do an entire series of concerts in Leamington every year. Next year, we're doing an entire series of concerts in Chatham. Wherever we can fit the orchestra, we will take them out. In addition, by the way, we take half of the orchestra, 20 musicians, out to elementary school to do our education programs for kindergarten through 3rd graders.
Okay, and you mentioned 3rd graders, so clearly you like to engage the youth. What do you have in your new season, in addition to what you've mentioned, that may appeal to a younger audience?
Well, first of all, we do education concerts for 3 separate groups of students. We do the K through 3 programs that we take into the schools, but we have kids who come to us to hear 4th through 6th grade and also high school students. And so we do programs that are catered specifically towards those age groups.
That's great to hear. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations again on the renewal, and we really look forward to seeing what you and the Windsor Symphony Orchestra have to offer. I'm Sean Prevel, and we've just been spending a bit of time with Robert Franz, the music director of the Windsor Symphony Orchestra.
Finally, Coach Bill Jones is back driving the Windsor Express. Jeremy James explains.
The Windsor Express were back in action for a game against the Orangeville A's at the WFCU Center. The Express were coming off a win versus the London Lightning and the return and resurgence of suspended head coach Bill Jones.
I love the opportunity to be back on the bench, to be able to coach the guys that I had a hand in putting together. So I'm glad to be able to go out there and instruct them, to be able to motivate and mentor them, to be able to put them on the proper path. So I'm glad to have that.
Coach Jones was fined $4,000 and suspended indefinitely for his role played in a situation that canceled a deciding Game 7 in the 2014-15 NBL Canada Finals, giving the Windsor Express the championship. After an appeal submitted to the league and serving 20 games under suspension, Coach Jones returned to the bench against the Lightning and has enjoyed every second so far.
Like I say, it was my passion. It's my passion of basketball, and to be able to do something that I love, to be able to do something that, we've been successful since we've been here, to be able to go ahead and win games and win championships, to be able to get back on the bench is special for me.
In his absence, the Express went 10-10 and hold the second-place spot in the division under the watch of Coach Jones' older brother, Tony Jones.
I mean, he and I work well together. We're going to let him, definitely keep some of his offense in there and implement some of my things as well. So we work well together, and we're just going to keep moving forward.
Longtime Express star Chris Commons is happy to see Coach Jones back on the bench and is ready for the team to up the notch now that he's back.
It's hard to compare brothers because you got one coach that's the X's and O's, and you got the other coach that's just the fire. But as you could tell, guys are playing well. We're playing with a lot more energy, and we're 2-0 at the end of the day. So it's got to be a good thing.
The Express hold a record of 12-10 and are en route and hope for 3rd championship. From the MediaPlex, I'm Jeremy James.
It's been a pleasure to anchor behind this desk, and we thank you for watching. This be Aaron Sanders, and you've been watching MediaPlex News Now.